Kanaka Million goes with and stays with.
Kia ora, good evening. You're here with Boys Get Paid, coming at you live from the Export Beer Garden studio on another Thursday night. Apologies, we're a few minutes late. Luke's off social media. Dan's relieved himself in the bathroom, and Fitzy's banging around in his bedroom. He's hanging around in the wings waiting for us to call him in. We've got a hell of a show planned, actually. It's a very, very big week. We're a week out from the race by Grins, the TAB Trot, the Wars. It's all happening. We've got Group 1 racing out of Trentham, as well as day one of the championships on Saturday. And like I said, we've got Fitzy waiting in the wings to join us for a bit of a chat. I'm Matt. Luke, you're back this week, mate. How was the world of warplanes?
Really good, mate. Warbirds over Wanaka. What a spot down there. I tell you what, the reception's a bit dicey with 50 to 70,000 people over the few days. Whoa. So it was tricky to watch every race. I didn't actually get to see Puketero win. But I saw once it finally started loading that the camera was zoomed in on, gave it the fist pump, and then turned my focus back to the F-16 jets and carried on.
Good on you, mate. It's good to have you back. And Dan, how are you, mate? You were down at the races on Saturday, I understand?
Yeah, good, mate. Back at the Big E again in the winning post. Enjoying a few nice cold beverages. It was a beautiful day out there, and it was a great day. Great performance from Belclair, and Puketero was awesome. That got my punting back on track.
You've been having a great couple of weeks, Dan. I know that your account is looking very healthy leading into this Saturday. We will get to that. It's great to have all of you out there with us, as always. Make sure you get your comments in. We've got $100 to give away to somebody who gets their best bets in. We want to know what you're punting on this weekend, so make sure you get in the comments. We'll read them out a little bit later in the show. Tonight, we're going to run through all the group racing out of Trentham. We're going to go through some of the races at the championships at Randwick. Shit, it looks like rain over there, unfortunately. Luke's got his very elegant cap on, ready to roll, bringing in the Aussie flavour to it. But yeah, plenty planned, and we do have old mate Fitzy banging around in his bedroom, ready to come in and join us and chat through next Friday night at the Cambridge Raceway, the Race by Grins, the TAB Trot, the BGP Punters Club. It's all happening. Fitzy, how are you, brother?
Very good, Matty. Great to be joining you
from the bedroom. All right, mate. Hey, before we go and jump into the Punters Club and chat a little bit about that, the last slot for the TAB Trot was taken up this week. Mystic Max, thoughts?
Yeah, he deserves a shot after the recent runs he's been putting in. So gets in there on a bit of his family connection as well, which is great.
Yeah, nice one. And Muscle Mountain just put them in a body bag last week. Do we just dive in already or what?
Old Benny Hope was pretty happy with that one. And he's out there to make some statements. So it's going to be exciting to see him take on big Aussie guns.
Absolutely. I seen the TAB video that came out today. That boy does love a statement.
Yeah, well, he was talking it up, and his mum and dad were probably being a bit easy on it, so he was happy to make a statement.
Speaking of statements, mate, I hope you're ready to make one next Friday when you dust the bookies with the Punters Club. How are the nerves, boy?
Oh, they're building for sure, but last time me and Matty combined, we had a good run, so hopefully we can make it 2 from 2 when we take on Matt Eden and the other bookies.
Good lad. I'm sure hopefully we'll see a few more of those scenes of you running around on the grass after a couple of packets of Raro and 46 winners.
Yeah, I think my calf muscles have just recovered from them, I reckon.
We've got to see that again. Is there a deck in the lounge or something that you can get out to so the cameras can be on Fitzy for when he brings home 300 grand in a race?
100%.
Good. What are we at with the Punters Club, lads? Where are we?
I think we're sitting around 35,000 the last time I saw Fitzy. Not sure if you've seen an update post that, but that's a nice little bank that I feel will build over this next 8 days. What do you think it might start at?
Yeah, I think as we know from all our other ones, the last couple of days is when it really builds, 48 hours out. And that's where everyone's happy to put their money in and probably invested in a bet for a while. So hopefully 200,000, 250.
Sheesh.
Hopefully an industry, as a harness industry, really gets behind it, and maybe $500,000.
Oh, baby. Right, maybe if Dan Rack tips a bit of his winnings in from the last couple of days, it'll be there by tonight. Hey, I guess the most important question with a punters club, as I've come to learn, mate, is what time does the punters club close? What time's the first race? Yeah, what time's the first?
I think it's 4:40 or something like that.
4:40.
Yeah.
And you'll be betting into the first race. Could we have a bit early, Fitzy? What do you reckon, mate? Maybe on the Wednesday, get a little bit excited, get a bit itchy. Maybe Farrah Leone, 100 grand on.
Nominations, they close tomorrow. Withdrawals are early Monday morning. So fields Monday afternoon. The bookies, they'll be busy. Odds Tuesday afternoon. We might have a bet then.
So we're going to be down at the barrier draw on Monday night down in Hamilton. Maybe we can get on the phone with you and sort of read it live to you, the barrier draws for all of them. And you can just give us the wink and the nod and say load up on that one.
Yeah, well, especially those two main races, obviously the Grins Pace and Trot. Tonight you've got 2 races at Cambridge. Race 8 at 8:12. That features 7 of the runners that will be in the Grins next week. And then race 9 at 8:37 features 2 of them, Oscar Bonavina and Queen Elida. So you'll get a good line off the pace tonight anyway, and then a couple of the Trot.
Backed Queen Elida a number of times, Fitzy, especially after the Everest as well. Got me paid as well. Outstanding. Hey, mate, who's Dexter Dunn driving?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have him back.
Captain Crunch, isn't it?
Are you serious? What's Dexter doing?
Get everyone and anyone.
Oh, I thought we were going to get the Dexter chant going again.
Those were some scenes. Rhino, at his best, unloaded the account on Dexter, got us home.
Yeah, he needed to be tranquilised by the Wellington zookeepers to sort him out after that. He was wild Rhino, wasn't he?
When are you coming up, Fitzy?
Yeah,
Are you gonna get up there early on Friday to get into the stables and see what's going on?
At this stage, probably Thursday, and we cocktail function on the Thursday night. We'll try and get some info out of a few, and D-Rack, he might be there. We'll get some interviews if he is.
Yeah, get down there, Dan.
Did you know that, Dan?
Yeah. Heard about the cocktail function today. Yeah, I was thinking, well, Thursday, you probably got enough time for maybe them to change the feed and maybe get a bit out of them.
Have they scheduled the cocktail function to conflict with our podcast?
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Have you told them?
Oh, okay. I'll come live from the cocktail function for you then.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, also, what's the story? Have I won that bloody sweepstake or what? Or is Dave Brunch dogging me again, second year in a row? Is that done tonight? Where's the bloody...
6:45.
Oh, yeah. Well, no one's rung me yet. I'll text him now.
Yeah, keep an eye out on the socials. I think they're going to post it up on the Race by Grins night of Champions, I think it is, .nz. They're going to post all the winners up there. They're going to post them up on their social media, and everyone will be sort of alerted in the next 24 to 48 hours. So...
I've got the numbers, Luke, if you have...
Oh, here we go. Is there one that starts with 1,800?
180. No. These are not my numbers.
180, 190, 778, 1580, 1653, 1654.
That's rigged.
1778, 1935.
I've just left a comment, redraw, please. I had all low numbers like 7 for Jansen, 9 for Lance O'Hire.
Oh yeah, he played a few numbers though.
4 for Clinton Torpy, and number 1 for Fitzy.
Those numbers are too close together for my liking. Some of those.
My ones or those ones?
The one's the one.
I haven't a word to. Yeah, we'll take this offline, boys.
Something fishy going on.
All right, Fitzy, thanks for joining us, mate. I appreciate it. We'll have to get you on next week, live from the cocktail function to give us a bit of an update, see if we've had any bets, any punts, the thoughts, what's going on. But yeah, enjoy, mate. Rest up, get ready to rock and roll. We're 8 days out.
Thanks, Dan, and cheers, boys. See you next week, eh?
Good on you, Fitz. Cheers, mate.
Oh, go on, Fitzy, get that rest in. Hopefully the nerves start to settle. It's always a good build into a punters club. I'm sure he'll be feeling every moment of it. I'm a Matty Markham.
Are you sending them some daily advice?
No, mate. You like Roger James says, you don't need to tell a good jockey how to ride a good horse.
That's so good. I love that.
Just make sure that we're fucking winning at the post, I think, is the what we're after.
That's exactly right. Good on you. Good on you, Fitzy. Thanks very much for joining us, mate. We will see you next week. Let's not forget next Friday night. There are still some tickets available, I understand, Dan.
Yeah, there are a few. We were kind enough to maybe extend the early bird tickets out, but we popped out a few more at the early bird just because they were selling quickly. But we actually now only have 8 early bird tickets left. Last time I checked, just before we jumped on here. But as soon as those ones are gone, then that's it. We're changing the price.
Yeah. Okay.
Good man. Hey, I've been meaning to message you. We need to get the bus down there. Do we need to book some bus tickets?
We do, yeah. We need to put the bus from 4 p.m. Definitely, yeah. The 4 p.m. bus is what we need.
Okay.
The bus down there. The bus from Auckland to Hamilton.
No, from Hamilton to the Cambridge.
I was going to say, gee whiz, mate.
Yeah.
No. So you need to bus the $30. You can buy them in the same thing. So when you go to buy your BGP tickets, underneath there's the option to buy the bus ticket. So if you're going to stay in Hamilton, they'll bus you to Cambridge. You can go 4 p.m., 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. And then they're providing buses back for everyone to House on Hood to go to the after party.
I'd like to know from anybody in the Waikato region, perhaps Cambridge or Hamilton, what is the cost of an Uber from Cambridge to Hamilton? Just, it's always good to have a backup. You know what
It's
I'm
a
saying?
really good question.
Yeah.
It'll probably be $45 to $50, I reckon.
Is that all?
Yeah, it's because it's not that far, but obviously it's in the there's not 6,000 Ubers.
Are you concerned about your state on the way home, not wanting to be on a bus? Just
Yeah, or maybe just you push the boat out, you miss the bus. You know, you just don't know what happens on these big nights, do you?
getting too excited about Kotiri and,
Yeah, might be
staying around.
doing signatures, helping like security guard for Fitzy. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I hope they've got that security guard from the slot auction night. The guy that looked like a horse. He was fucking ginormous. If you see him, get
Jason
some
Momoa.
content, mate. He was Jason Momoa.
He's going to be at the Warriors.
That's exactly right. Speaking of which, that was a really good segue, Dan. We've sold 120 tickets to the Wars vs Sea Eagles next Saturday night. We can tell you, confirmed from the Warriors from a conversation yesterday, tickets for the whole ground are going to sell out tomorrow. That's what they're predicting. They've been right about everything. Every game's been a sellout so far. So after tomorrow, we're going to have the only tickets left available, and they're available for everybody in the BGP community. So make sure you snap those up. I also inquired about hospitality tickets for the rest of the season, and there are none. So these are the last hospitality tickets you can get all season.
And what a night it will be. Couple of beers, nice meal, best view in the house, and some of the greatest company outside of the South Stand.
Exactly, and some good racing too, which is very much exciting. Looking forward to it.
Yep, we got Mystic Park going around, which will absolutely fill us all up on that Saturday in the Southern Alps Classic or something.
Oh, we might have someone's best bet running around at Otaki as well.
Really?
Horse called Puketero.
Oh,
Apparently
yeah,
it's going
yeah,
for
yeah.
some. It's going for some.
G1 action.
Not
No?
Group
Group
1,
one?
no,
Group-
but it's just going to get a bit of listed action, I think, about down there, and I've been told it's just going to win.
Wow.
That is good to know. Shit, we could be winning some money that day as well. Do you guys go any good on a sports punt? Warriors punt? I'm hopeless.
No,
Yeah.
don't start me.
Stay off that. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you get your tickets, though, team. You can find them on the app, so get involved. We've still got 80 tickets left to that, but they will sell out. So make sure you get in quick because everybody's loving the Warriors this season. Righto. Slight downfall from our best bets last week, but gee whiz. There was still a couple, Luke, like you mentioned. Dan, Puketero was just far too good with the 60 kgs. That was a good bet, mate. Well done.
Yeah, I was quite surprised at what the price it opened at, and that, yeah, it didn't seem to. I was like, oh, is it carrying a bit too much weight? But then when it missed the kick, I watched the replay. I thought, holy, it was actually a really good win. But quality animal, 3 from 3 now, first up, and yeah, great ride from OP. Sort of played out how I thought it would. Actually, when I went through it, I said in my write-up last week, I couldn't figure out who would beat it, and I thought Ted might be keen on Butterfield again, but the horse that was in there that I thought would challenge it actually run third, and it paid an unreal quote to place. I just can't remember what it was called, but yeah, other than that, it was just an easy watch, wasn't it?
Love seeing a horse just in behind them, like trying to find its way through and then finding a gap and just beating them, That's so cool. You know that's a horse that wants to win. It was awesome.
Yeah. Nearly blessed it as well, but anyway.
Jeez, and Matty Punt IQ got Midtown Boss. He's been so consistent this season, like you said, Luke, and he got it home again. He's had a few cracks at Midtown Boss, but got the chocolates on Saturday. Dan, I think you had Nefedi, not as your best bet, was it? But you had Nefedi?
No, yeah, I just put it out there as one of my only other bets that I had for the day, and I thought the 850, and I thought dropping back from the 2100, it was going to be a chance. And gee whiz, it was impressive.
Yeah, it was.
It looks like a horse that maybe isn't going to suit going over distance. yet. Maybe later in its life it might, but yeah. God, it was a good win.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And the blessed bet, Villa Balmero. Ted texted me later that night saying that they didn't expect it to get to the lead. I think there was an interview beforehand saying they'll just take a sit, and then it led. So you guys are both throwing your hands up here.
I spoke to Nigel Tiley literally just after he'd done that interview and had a chat with him, and he goes, I just want it to settle and be okay. And then as soon as I seen it jump, and it just pulled its head off, and there was just no way it was going to settle. And I thought it was very brave to keep going and kick on the way that it did, but it was it was hard to watch. I knew it was gone after sort of about 300 metres because it was just pulling its head off.
I'm surprised we didn't hear from bloody Mark Easty Westy.
It's in the past. We will. I reckon we'll keep going with Villa Balmero. I reckon next up, surely, eh?
Yeah, we'll get the blessed bet home this weekend. It's a cracker.
Absolutely. We're going to get to the best bets a little bit later on. The blessed bet, I think it's a top four power play or something like that, which is pretty bloody exciting.
Lewis Brown, good warrior.
Louis Brown, Pooey Brown.
Yeah, Louis Brown. Yeah.
He was a good warrior, actually. Right, get your best bets in as well in the comments. Let us know. On Saturday, we'll let everybody know who's won that $100, but we also want to read them out later on in the show as well. Keep them coming in. We'll just keep going with last weekend. Firstly, lads, Belclair taking out the New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeders' Stakes. I wasn't watching at the time, but I think, Luke, that you might have sent a message in the group saying, good track, too good.
Yes, that's the key for Belclair, and that's exactly what happened. I thought when it was a forward point something, I thought, oh, that might be a little bit too short, but did the job like a $2 shot, didn't it?
It was far too good for them. Yeah, it was good.
She loves Ellerslie. Like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You just put her on a good deck, and she just runs, and she's so fast. And that's almost been the undoing of her whole career. As soon as she gets off anything, even to onto a soft 5, she just doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And you put her off something she can ping off the ground, she just flies. And apparently she's going to go over to she's going to be for sale, going to be sold on the Gold Coast.
Really?
Yeah, but apparently there's a chance she might go over for like the Tats Tiara and a couple of those races in Aussie before she gets put up for sale on the Gold Coast.
Shit.
CD trainers had a good, strong hand on that race, didn't they? Bloody Town Crier running second.
Tell you what,
Snazzy Tavy form.
It is Snazzy Tavy form. There's a few that have got Snazzy Tavy form tonight as well when we go through them. I hope you found them. I'm sure you probably
I'll have a
have.
look.
Town Crier, since it bet Prowess first run of the season, has just been there all the time.
Harwood form too.
That's so true.
I'm getting a little bit excited about maybe we do go to Harwood
Okay.
for the Breeders' Stakes next year. I think it's September, October, early in the season.
That's the one that Town Crier won this season.
Maybe we take over Harwood for the weekend.
Bit of a warm-up before the Everest, is it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of BGP people down in the Central Districts, isn't there?
Yep. Let us know in the comments. You are good CD, Taranaki, Manawatu folk, Whanganui. Would you get to Harwood? Where will we stay? What accommodation? Surely people would open their homes to us. Maybe Cheeky Punters Club could even have a night before on the Friday at the local, I think it's called. Tough Rabbits, Rough Habits, great bar.
I love country racing. Not that I've ever been to it, but I'd love to go.
It's a premier racetrack. What do you mean country racing?
Sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I bite my tongue.
Okay.
My
Anyway,
bad.
if anyone's keen, let me know. Otherwise, it might just be me on my own.
I love it. Here's Dan wanting to go to the Everest, and here's Luke wanting to go to Harwood for a race day. Hey, how do they compare? Let's just do both of them and back them up. What about Orchestral in the Vinery? Honestly, we've talked about this horse so much, but that was something else. Like, it just didn't look like it was going to win, Dan, anywhere down the straight apart from the last 50 metres. But you always had a thought, it's going to get up.
Yeah, she's good, man. I was to be fair, because that was in my multi, and I was a little bit worried with about 200 left to go. But then when she just started going through her gears, I was like, oh, this is. And it almost looked a little bit easy at the end. Like, she ended up getting past him by like half a length or a little bit more maybe. And you just know when she gets up to the 2400 next start, watch out. Like, it might be a demolition job.
So she's going to the Australian Oaks, is that it?
Yep, that's confirmed.
Okay.
Confirmed? Wow. What do you reckon the great J-Mac said to Nash Rawilla on the line?
He was screaming. I don't know. He was
Yeah.
like, I got you, or something like that, like, nice try or something maybe.
Yeah,
Because
has
Nash
anyone
kicked
seen-
away.
He did. It was, yeah, wow. I got a bit carried away and got on the 3 lengths plus. Got a little bit too patriotic, but anyway. And yeah, it was a brave ride from Nash and nearly stole it. But Orchestral just way too good. So shout out to Robbie Wellwood and Roger James. Just, yeah, unreal day for them.
2 vineries in a row as well. Yeah, and like you say, let's stay on that theme because far out, Mark Twain. I love that horse. And that was, what a finish from like the corner was just absolutely going backwards.
Yeah, I got a little bit up and about with that just because I think we were all on the Auckland Cup and we had our futures bets and stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, just it was off the screen at one stage. And I think there were some other OTI colours in that race. I was kind of looking at those and like, no, maybe that's Mark Twain. And then I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's way back there. And the next thing just roaring home. And I was like, oh, it's going to place at least, keep my multi alive. And then bang, grabs him on the line and wins quite comfortably.
Massive, eh?
Yeah, it was so impressive. I was watching that on my phone. I was pretty beat up by that stage, to be fair, sort of squinting my eyes a little bit, trying to figure out what's going on. But I had a bit on, and I was. When you've had a few and then you've got a bit on, you get a little bit loose with the lips. And I was screaming, I was like yelling.
Oh, this was supposed to be content, and you couldn't put it up because you swore too much. Is that right?
Yeah, way too much. Yeah, way too much. It wasn't good content.
Hey, it happens. Mark, that was awesome. Now into the Melbourne Cup as well. And I did hear the trainer of the winner of the Auckland Cup. I can't remember who it was. That's really bad of me. Marajan said won't be going to the Melbourne Cup because it doesn't have a fast enough sprint for that race. But if that's the case, and if that's something, well, Mark Twain's got a fast enough sprint, has shown that at Flemington. The Auckland Cup was a massive finish. I got on the 31s that the TAB have put out for Mark Twain for the Melbourne Cup. Would you?
You're a horny man. I like it.
Would
nice. You? Yeah, I'd have something on, just probably purely just exciting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiwi in the race, why not?
Yeah, I think so. It's just always, it's such a long way away between now and then. And so much can happen between now and the start of November, and I hope it doesn't. I hope everything goes well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to pay that much.
You reckon it'll pay more? You're crushing my dreams.
Starts
am I going to have a bet? Absolutely.
Have a crack.
Yeah,
Take the
absolutely.
boosted odds. Just boost it out to $31. Get involved with the Melbourne Cup. No.
Like it. I think it's into 26s now, actually. So
Is
I think
it?
you might have got the good price.
Yeah, okay.
All
All right. My little $20 will go quite far with that, and that's pretty good. Righto. Sans Dute as well, however we pronounce it, was a massive finisher. We shouldn't forget mentioning that, Dan. I think you enjoyed that one, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Because is it Reese from Tiago?
Reece Trumper, yep.
Reece
Tiny Trumpet, yep.
Yeah, I think I was pretty steamed talking to them. He was probably like, "What the fuck's this guy doing?" Gee whiz. But him and Sam Burgesson were in the winning post bar, and I was chatting to them before, just saying, "Oh, how do you think it goes?" He goes, "Oh, I think it might be a good place bet." So all right, cool. So I loaded up on the win, as you do, and it was just unbelievable. It exploded. That was really impressive. I was thinking, gee whiz, Tiago have got like another really good sprinter.
Yeah.
Like this. I think this one's up to them.
4 in a row now, I think, eh?
It was a huge win. Just, really, really impressive to watch.
We should mention another will as well. We will get to that at some point, but I'm sure those that are that followed Ted into the futures a few weeks ago, including one man to my left on the screen, to my far left on the screen, will be very happy. We want you to let us know your multi a little bit later on, mate, because, yeah, another will. Shit this weekend at Randwick. But just to round out the weekend, thoughts on Legato? Dan, I suppose you were thinking 2,400 metres was the right way to go. Did you think that after the race as well?
I think that maybe she needs the paddock, and maybe it was sort of, I don't know. It felt like it was maybe a run too far. Yeah, she just wasn't quite herself. Like I felt like she had the run that she needed in the race, but yeah, just didn't kick on and wasn't the normal Legato. And maybe she needs a good break, come back in the spring, and go again.
Yeah, I thought at one stage she was really going to kick into that race, and then just sort of peaked on her run and just not up to it. So yeah, really, it's a shame to see because she's a little bit hard to follow, and she gives you some hope, and then she doesn't, and yeah, who knows, costly.
Quality horse. Looking forward to seeing her again. But, that was a little bit disappointing. Hopefully people didn't lose too much on Legato. Keep going there, Ken. She's a good horse. Righto. Let's get to some of the racing at Trentham this Saturday. We're going to run through all of the group races, I think, apart from the Lightning Stakes, which is a listed race. And then we'll have a chat about, of course, Imperatriz taking on the world, taking on some of the best sprinters in the world after this Saturday. Can hopefully say that she is the best sprinter in the world. But keep your best bets coming in as well. We'll read them out after we've run through these, and we'll get to our best bets later on as well. Before we get to the bets, let's get to the blessed bet. Luke?
We are going to Pukekohe race number 6. Now, I had a look at this field. I was going through trying to find a best bet, and I found Rudyard. Oh, do we, don't we? But only 1,300 metres for Rudyard. I couldn't make it my best bet at 1,300 metres. I wasn't too sure. Now, I thought this horse might like to be looking at a little bit further than that and even up to a mile eventually. But been very, very consistent, but I do think it'll be there or thereabouts. It was a little bit unlucky last start and still run a good 4th at Ellerslie. But also spotted a horse in there, Is That So? Drawn barrier 1, Kelly Myers on board. Now, this horse was 2nd last start. If you go back and actually watch its last 2 races, so last start it was at Trentham on a soft track, and it hasn't actually won on a soft track. I think it prefers to be on a good track, but still was a length off of our Echo, and bet the likes of I'm Wonderful Tonight and Mercurial was, I think, in 4th, Group 1 winner. Then the start before that was 2 lengths behind Adam I Am when we had our best bet financier in that race. Now, it was very, very unlucky in that start. Basically, never got a look at him. So I've had a little something each way myself to win on Is That So? But we've taken both of those to run top 4. So Rudyard and Is That So? Both top 4, $4.80 out to $5.50. Hopefully, they can continue that form, and I think they should both easily be in the finish, and at $5.50, that will be a nice way to either extend the winning run throughout the day or fill your back up so you can start to attack those Australian races later in the day.
Bloody good, mate. $5.50 for a blessed bet is an absolute result. Get in, team. Righto, race 4. Trentham race 4, the Manawatu Classic. 3-year-old set weights 2,100 metres, and Luke just as sharp coming out of the Derby, $2.30 favourite. Plenty of other good horses in here as well, but geez, you just think that Just as Sharp has been racing in better races than these, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think so, but $2.30, pretty short. This, I thought, was a very tricky race. I didn't really have a too strong of an opinion. I did think Just as Sharp looked a very good bet, but the bookies know that, and they've got that at 2.3, so I really can't point you in the direction of too much in this race, I'm going to be honest. But if anyone else has got some strong opinions, love to hear them.
Brilliant.
I noticed one in here. Like, I really like Justin Sharp, but I Justin Sharp, but I found
Justin
one.
Sharp. Justin Sharp.
Justin Sharp.
Get in the comments, mate.
Yeah.
Matt Hill.
There's another one in here, and funny enough, this was the first leg of my multi that I've got going into the weekend. Platinum Generation. It was Ted's odds tip a couple of weeks ago that he tipped out, and it came in. I think it opened at it was at Tiara Nikau that day that he had a bloody fill up.
Yep.
And that one won quite impressively. Looks like a really big, sort of strong horse that maybe is going to go places in the future. So 18s and $5, maybe top 4 potentially. But I just thought, yeah, Just as Sharp was the class horse in this field. I question always the step back from 2,400 to 2,100 maybe. Just we've seen Orchestral over the weekend, not necessarily regress, but maybe not be as powerful as she was at the 2,400, so maybe stretching them out to that maximum distance and bringing them back, but I think it might be just a class horse here and might be too good. I don't know what the track's going to be like. If we get a wet track, I might have a little each-way play on Monday Melody, because that horse doesn't seem to go well on anything other than maybe a heavy track, and when it's gone on heavy tracks, it goes really well. So, I don't know. I mean, I looked at the track today. It was a soft 5. There's a bit of drizzle, so it's probably a heavy 8. So I'll have a crack on Monday Melody, I guess.
We knew that was coming from you, didn't we, Dan? That's bloody good. It was actually a question I was going to ask you, fellas. We went real poorly at Trentham last time, and the time before that, I think.
And the time before that.
And the time before that. Have you had to think about how you're going to approach it? Because we're obviously going to be out this weekend, aren't we? We haven't mentioned that either. We're going to be out. We're going to be getting steamrolled. Making some
steam rolls at Sushi Japanese, is that what you mean?
With Justin Sharp.
With Justin Sharp, making some punts. And I really need to win some money back off Trentham, eh? Well, how are we going to do this?
I reckon we just give them a call and just say, hey, look, we've got a few concerns. It's been quite tough punting down there. Could you just maybe fucking sort it out?
Yep.
Yeah, look, I'm hoping for a good track. The track, I feel like every second week they're racing at Trentham. And I wait, and I was like, am I having a nightmare? Is it deja vu? But nah, it's just another race meet. And it's a shame because obviously our Puni track's out of action at the moment. hell of a race day this normally is too. Sire's race day, the community get in behind it. But down there at Trentham, I don't know, like maybe it won't have that pulling power. But look, we'll still be punting. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yep.
Let's be honest. We'll be having a go. And actually, in this race, there is a horse that I have had a bit of time for. It's only won 1 from 10, but Balance of Power, drawn barrier 10, Warren Kennedy, and it actually hasn't been too far off them in the last couple of starts, but it's put up a 5th and a 4th, and then I think before that it was well off the pace. But let's do it up now, I believe, and it seems to go okay-ish on a soft track. So I'm going to have I've already had a little something each way on that, and wouldn't be surprised if that was a blowout.
There's some good odds in there, eh? I see there's some top 4 money with the one that you were talking about there, Dan. Platinum Generation, Justice Sharp and Platinum Generation, both top 4, 480, and then I think 980 for Justice Sharp to win and Platinum Generation. Top 4, haven't seen the Balance and Power plays, but there's plenty there. I only thought there was one other in there, which Investigate ran over 1,600 metres in 2 runs behind Kelly Alpha Asher and Out of Stock, who's also in this race, and went on to win another race after that, and then it stepped up to 2,000 metres last start and won really, really easily, much like Platinum Generation did in the maiden. It was hitting it really well. Tony Pike, if I recall, loves Trentham, so I thought that might be another one on the mix at some pretty good odds. But yes, it sounds like we're all around just as sharp with a bit of value there too, so bloody good. Good luck if you're having a crack at that. Let us know if you've got a best bet in that race, because it is tough one. Tough to pick a winner out of it. Righto, race 5, the New Zealand Manawatu Breeders' Stakes, Group 3, 2,100 metres, and I think you lads might like one in particular here, Luke.
Apostrophe. Ooh, exclamation.
Is that, yeah, what's an apostrophe?
I think it's actually, I don't know.
It's
a comma.
Honestly.
Yeah, maybe it's the top of. Any English geeks or nerds in the comments? Let us know what an apostrophe is.
It's really bad.
Dan?
No. I was just going to think, but that's an exclamation mark, the little line with the dot at the bottom.
What is an
That's
apostrophe?
an exclamation.
Anyway, this is a punting podcast, not a bloody English tutorial. So
Yeah.
this horse looks like it's going to teach us all an English lesson on Saturday anyway, and teach the field something too. So the camper in good form, James Wellwood, $3.50 around apostrophe. This horse is very consistent, stepping up over a bit further ground on Saturday, isn't it? So I think that's going to be the key. A really intriguing runner in here that I thought we might get more odds around, but Sugar Sweet. I don't know if you lads remember, yeah?
Yeah, I love Sugar Sweet. I think it's great.
Just what the hell happened on Derby Day?
Yeah.
Did our ass.
No idea. Stepping back in distance was the only thing I could come about, but it was awful.
Nearly run last.
Yeah.
And yeah, look, when you have a decent place bet like that and you're like, hey, why is it so far back? It's really concerning, especially at Ellerslie. But yeah, hopefully good track for that horse. I might just have to have something again because it's got that town cry form.
There it is.
There it is. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty nice field. I don't mind that Al Jamala horse too, but it needs a heavy track. I believe that seems to be when it performs its best. But yeah, that was about the 2 that I'll be interested in. This is dramatic. Oh man, that's hard to follow. That is so hard to follow. And then just booms home and wins last start. So I'm going to be up the top of the book, apostrophe to win, and then keeping a close eye on Ryan Elliott and Sugar Sweet.
Nice. Dan, you found anything else there, mate?
Not really, no. I think so. One of the strategies for me this weekend with Trentham is looking for horses that run well at Trentham, and then just exclude everything else.
Great idea.
And just focus on horses that have run well at Trentham. Apostrophe's had 3 starts, 1 win, 2 seconds.
Yes.
Likes Trentham. That'll do me. I'm in.
Yeah. I think we can keep that one pretty short. I'm the same as you there, Luke. Apostrophe and Sugar Sweet. I think Valdesoldo's a good horse, but yeah, Apostrophe and Sugar Sweet I'll be playing around as well. Good strategy there, Dan, taking the course stats. Righto, on to race 6. The City of Palmy, Awapuni Gold Cup. Luke, you must absolutely love this race. Over 2,100 metres, Group 2. Plenty of CD form, some Harwater form.
Oh, doozy of a race this, lads. Little known fact about the City of Palmerston Awapuni Gold Cup. First run in 1983 around the Palmerston Square. It was run around there till 1995, till they took it back out to Awapuni. So they used to actually run around the square, and the public would come and stand on the inner of the square in Palmerston and watch the race and get punting.
You mean the town square?
The town square, yeah. Now the boy races use the square.
Is that right?
No, it's definitely
I
not
feel like
true.
you're lying to me. Yeah, I was like, that's 95.
Yeah.
That was only a cup of tea ago.
Yeah.
Fuck, this is New Zealand, lads. They definitely wouldn't let anything fun happen in the country.
Yeah,
Come on.
true.
Maybe in 1973 they might have let it happen, and people were smoking all sorts of who knows what, and letting it happen, especially in Palmerston North. Now they smoke
Still
the
are.
synthetic and race on the synthetic down there. But anyway, into the Cup this weekend. Looks like a good field assembled here too. A lot of chat last start about Dark Destroyer. I think that would have destroyed a few TAB balances too, because it didn't really perform too much. I've backed Nereus in there. Thought it was very impressive last start, but I'm not overly convinced. Also, He's a Doozy, been very, very tough to follow. $4.20, maybe a little bit too short. I feel like this market is just a little bit skew-whiff and will probably drift and move all about before the race. So, yeah, look, another race where I haven't got a strong lead. I just thought I'm probably just going to stick with Nereus. It made a fool of me last start. It's won 4 from 7, run second twice, and run third once. So in 7 starts, it's basically been in the finish. Wouldn't you love a horse like that? So it's either due to run last or keep the form going and win and really prove that it is a good horse. So I'll be on with Joe Doyle riding so well too.
Nice, mate. Dan, I think you like something at a little bit longer odds as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Like, obviously, Nereus, I think I've backed already, and I've had 2 bets in this race, but I've backed Nereus because I think that, like Trentham, it's had, over the 2100, it's also had 2 starts for a win and a second. So it's got some sort of track and stat distance for 2 wins and a second on the track. But also, Ling Zhong Feng.
What's that? Who?
Ling Zhong Feng.
Justin
Its
Small.
last couple, were behind some pretty nice horses like Jaffe, Town Crier, Paul the Wine. I think all that form's been franked, and it's actually only ever raced over 2100 once, and that was back in 2022, and it was beaten by a horse that went over to Australia and won a Derby, Pinarello.
Sheesh.
Fuck, that's a good... Where's Pinarello gone? Sorry.
I'm not sure.
Good horse.
But this horse sat outside the leader and ran pretty well for third in that race. Like Pinarello just put them in a body bag. It was at Pukekohe right before it went over.
Remember that.
And so that was a really good run. But that's the only time it's ever been over 2100. It's been over 1800. But I feel like these last few starts, this horse been maybe screaming out to get up over a bit of distance. The track is the question. I don't know if it's done any good on the track. I don't know what Trentham's going to be like. But if it likes Trentham and it's a Trentham horse, I could see this one maybe finishing over the top of them.
That horse has been going really well, so I can understand where you're coming from entirely. It's, not bad, mate. Not bad at all. You lads, righto. So,
What are you backing, mate? I feel like there's a butt coming.
No. Nereus is what I settled on. I can't go on RB again. I've backed it too many times this season, but last start, I don't know if you saw it, beat Snazzy Tabby last start, but couldn't, and beat Sporting Chance, who went out and won at Ellerslie on Saturday. But can you have RB? Can you have another crack? It just seems to be absolutely flying home for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So not sure I can go again. He's a doozy. I saw won 4 of its last 6 at Trentham. So if you're looking for a horse that likes Trentham, well, He's a Doozy is it. The only time it's missed has been the Tab Classic carrying 62... and another open handicap carrying 62 kg. So shit. Hard to back with its form, but it loves Trentham. So yeah, I landed on Nereus as well. Looks like a horse on the up. $4.20 seems like pretty good money. But yeah, Ling Zhong Feng might have a little each way play on that as well. So yeah, nice work, lads. Good stuff. Righto, race 7. This is it. The Manawatu Sires Produce Stakes. This is the first opportunity for the 2-year-olds to get up over 1,400 metres this season, which is pretty exciting. There's some very, very, very good horses in here. Horses that we've talked a lot about, so I'm sure that you guys have got some bloody good knowledge on them. Luke, mate, I think maybe you can get us started.
Yeah, one of my favourite race days of the calendar when I used to live down there in the Turbo country. Have a few scatter bombs to get us going, then head along.
What's the tubers? Oosh, oosh.
Whoosh, yeah,
whoosh.
Close, mate, close. We'll teach you on Saturday. Anyway, Courtesy Ford, been big sponsors of this race. Little known fact about the Courtesy Ford Manawatu Sires Produce Stakes is they used to have, they used to have a function. They used to have a function on the Friday night at the car yard. True story.
Right.
Yeah. I think I went once. I've got a picture of it in my head anyway, so I don't know why the fuck I was invited, but I definitely remember being in their car yard inside it. But yeah, look, anyway, shout out to Courtesy Ford, long-time sponsors of the race. Yeah, look, This is a hell of a field this year. You've got Velocious, that's just been so hard to beat and is now so hard to back against. My only concern around Velocious is just a little bit of that, like on again, off again, like targeting these big races, picking them off, doing it quite easily. I really like a horse in here called Archaic Smile. I've had a bit of time for this horse. It wasn't eligible for the Karaka Millions, I believe. And I just feel like it's on the way up. But barrier 7, $6 and $2.20. We're getting that to find out. I think I might just be trying to get Velocious beat, which might not be too smart because she will make a fool of all of us doing that because she just keeps winning. But it's really cool to see a horse like Move to Strike in here now paying $8. Now, this feels like not that long ago where this sounded like an 80-cent chance. You know, it was like it's already home in every race that it was going to be in.
Yeah.
And it was the Spruik horse. And maybe, you know, it turns up and puts them away and we sort of go, how'd that happen? But, you know, Tiako, I've got a pretty strong hand in there with Captured by Love as well. But anyway, I'm going to stick with Archaic Smile. I think Tony Hawk and Michael McNabb know that they've got a good horse here.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk.
Skating his way into the winner circle.
This is
My word.
This is real good. We're going well.
Pike for president. So $6 and $2. I'm going to have a little something and just maybe Velocious. We can catch Velocious on an off day, but I think I'm really clutching at straws here with Tony Hawk and Michael McNabb.
Nice kick flip, Tony.
I will come back to you on one, Luke, that I'm surprised you haven't mentioned. But Dan, where are you at, mate?
I really like Velocious here. I think she's been the form 2-year-old of the year, and she keeps backing up and she keeps winning. Just looking back at that run in Ellerslie, and I know things didn't quite go her way. Like, I think she had to go a little bit sooner than maybe she wanted to. Didn't really want to sit outside the leader, and maybe if she got a different run, she might have won a little bit more impressively. But in particular, that last sort of 50 metres, it looked like those other two were taking ground off her. It was Captured by Love and Archaic Smile were really motoring into it and taking off ground. And you just wonder, like, is that extra 200 metres going to be a question mark? So I do have a bit of that, but I'm going to back Velocious, and I'm going to have a backup bet. I'm going to go Move to Strike. I'm going to have a bet on Move to Strike because I'm going to go one last chance. Like, you can't help that a horse has a, fibrillation or whatever it was that it had last time. And when those do happen, it's unfortunate. The horse just goes backwards and falls. But Opie was on it last time, and I think he said when it was coming up to the 600, he thought he was just going to piss in and just blow them apart. But yeah, then it obviously fibrillated and it fell out the field and came nowhere. So I just feel like this horse might have its day, and we might see a big win. You
never doubt Tiako, do you? In general, we were wondering about Imperatriz for a period of time, but they said, nah, this horse is very good, and look what that horse is doing now. So take the word for it.
Spot quiz: who won last year's Courtesy Ford Bannerwa 2
I know.
produce at Group 1 level?
Stephen Marsh's horse, and it went over to Australia.
Really? Anyone in the comments?
Ted, give us a lead on this one, please.
It wears the green.
The green?
The green.
Marshy's horse in the green?
Damn it. Yeah.
I thought it was Lisa Ladder, actually. A local win with Pinyan, I think it was called. But
oh, really?
Maybe that was 2 years ago.
Well, what was Marshy's 2-year-old last year that kept on going to the front and leading in every single race?
Can't have been the one I owned.
Okay. Change the feed, mate. We had this conversation.
You're going to hit me up about Full Force, weren't you?
Definitely, mate. What's going on there?
I don't know why I've got off. I think I just got a little bit gutted at Mata when I think it ran last.
Was it Tokyo Tycoon, was it?
That one? Nah, don't think so. Oh, maybe it was 2 years ago for Pinyan. Anyone see the comment?
Can we get the comments? Was coming back as a gun 3-year-old this year and then sort of failed, but I'm sure it won everything last year.
You're testing Luke's. Sorry,
it is Pinyan.
It is Pinyan.
Last year. Pinyan or Pignon? Because there's two different.
Pignan with an apostrophe.
Hey, we're going to test Dan Rack's bladder here. This is good.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'll give him.
I've just learnt now that I'll just go and I'll come back.
Oh, nice. Full Force dusted them last start at Te Hura Nikau, wasn't it? But yeah, look, I think it's. Oh no, it was Otaki. Sorry, Otaki. $1.20, but it put 3 lengths on them just about. Yeah, look, no reason to get off, I assume. But yeah, I'm just going to stick with Archaic Smile and pray.
Nice, mate. Good. Righto. I love Velocious. Absolutely love Velocious. I reckon last start, like you were saying, Dan, maybe the others were making ground on it, but I feel like it just peaked on its run too early, and Sam Spratt, the horse was there, they had to kick and just peaked and still held them out, and that was the race that it was going to be vulnerable, and they couldn't get it that day. This day, Barrier 1 should just get a nice little run there and be too good for them, I think. But yeah, your comments about move to strike concern me a little bit. You just never bloody know.
$3 as well for Velocious. You would assume it starts a bit shorter when people start looking and going, righto, it's got 4 wins from 5 starts. Everyone knows the name. They now know the colours with Go Racing as well. The Aussie punters, etc. do.
The algorithm comes in.
The late money in the last 5 minutes, all sorts of that. So, yeah, be interesting to see what happens come, what time is this? 3:56 p.m. Gee, we'll be up and about.
What? Fuck, we're going to be on fire, aren't we? It's such good racing.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Fireball and fire.
Can't wait. All right, well, I'd also look for a power play with Archaic Smile and Full Force in there with Velocious too. So, yeah, I really like Archaic Smile too. So let's hope we can find something. Good luck to everybody that's having a crack. Before we get to the comments, just quickly, let's get to the TJ Smith at Randwick, because this is the race that we've all been looking forward to for quite a while when we're talking about Imperatriz and the form that she's been in for the last year. This is where it all stacks up. This is where they all come together. Unfortunately, it's absolutely hosing down in Sydney from what I can understand, and we could be on a heavy track.
Is it?
Yep.
Absolutely bucketing down, yeah. So there's a boatload of rain Friday, and then it's supposed to rain all day on Saturday as well. And there's been rain today as well. So I did actually look earlier, and it was only a soft 5. Or no, it was actually still a good 4 this morning. The track was still a good 4 this morning, but that'll go quickly. Like, there's apparently a lot of rain coming. But hopefully it just circles around Royal Randwick and just misses it and hits everywhere else except for Randwick, and we get like maybe a soft 5 or a soft 6. That would be great. I don't see it happening. I think we're going to be on a heavy 8.
Could you have a crack on a heavy 8 on Imperatriz, knowing what we know about? I mean, she's won on a heavy track before, right? But it's a leveler.
Well, she won the what's the first sort of big race of the season at Tarapa, the Foxbridge, yeah. So she won that on a heavy 8 or a heavy 9.
Which is effectively a heavy 100 in Australia.
Yeah, in Australia, especially there at Tarapa. But then apparently, like, sort of that form after that was when she was having back problems and having a few issues. So it wasn't necessarily the heavy ground that was tripping her up. It was more her, her body. And
true.
Yeah, and so apparently maybe we could forgive that a little bit. And, man, I hope that she can put them away in this. I would love that, because I think that'll push her a long way to winning Horse of the Year in Australia, which is huge. I don't know the last time a Kiwi's gone over, like a New Zealand trained horse has gone over and won Horse of the Year. But yeah, that would be outstanding. I still believe that I Wish I Win as a Kiwi as well. I know it's
One wish, one win.
One wish, one win. Yeah, one wish, one win. I am still heartbroken from that 3rd place in the Everest, because that still hurts. There was a big chunk of cash riding on that one to win.
You've been unlucky with these multis. I hope you get this one this weekend.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
me too.
Yeah.
The Me Too movement's back
I
in.
don't know. I don't know. Like, if we're already messy by the time the Doncaster kicks off at 6:35, I don't know what sort of state we're going to be. It'll be, hey, Taz, I'm not coming home. That's it.
You're going home to mine. What's going on?
Could be good times.
One wish, one win. Halfway through the Warriors at this stage too. We have to shut up, put the racing back on.
It's going to be like Star Casino, with us on Saturday. It's going to be here, there, and everywhere.
We're way too fired up.
Are you on Imperatriz, Luke?
Well, look, why not? Why not?
Got to be, eh?
Yeah, she's just been so good. I just want her to win as well. Gee, that Johnny Rucker last start really come out. Who the fuck is that guy?
I love that name, I think it's such a good name.
I felt a little bit sorry for the trainer. He just looked beaten, but when you get beaten by a horse like that, I really like a horse called Magic Time as well. It was really disappointing first up, but second up it's won 2 from 3, which is better than its first up record. It's won one on a heavy track as well, but its wins have been usually on good tracks. So I'm not going to give up on Magic Time yet as well, and that's probably going to be the way I'll play it, with Imperatriz and Magic Time around that top 4. But I believe that we might have some confidence to come around Imperatriz over the next 10 minutes.
We do. One of the lads has got Imperatriz as their best bet. Like you guys say, if I Wish I Win wins, still a Kiwi. either way, this is going to be a great race. Good luck to Teako this Saturday. I'm sure this is the one you want to win because it's against all the best sprinters that you can possibly pull together in Australia. So, apart from one, maybe the Everest winner that I don't think is in the race. But anyway, let's forget about that. So good luck, Teako. Righto, let's get to the best bets. Hopefully they've been rolling enough for the last 54 minutes. Gee whiz.
There's a few on here, guys. There is, if we go to the top, Levi's on Zardozi. We have Peter here on Captured by Love in Trentham. Michael's on Hat Trick at Pukekohe. Dr. Mark is on Imperatriz.
Come get your carrots.
Matt's on Hat Trick.
Matt Hill?
Yes, Matt
Good.
Hill.
He's back.
Bradley's on Ethereal Star in race 1 at Pookie. We keep going down. One of the better remarks here is from Jack saying, is Fitzy wearing pants? Can't.
Now he was banging in his bedroom, wasn't he?
He was
You
banging in the
wear
bedroom.
pants when you're doing that.
Then we have, as we keep going, we have Jordan here with Randwick Race 3, Wits End.
Ooh, Randwick.
Yeah, going to Australia.
Shit, good spotting.
First ride in Oz with J-Mac on board.
Oh, that's
Fuck,
horny.
that is amazing. Holy shit, this is such a good weekend.
Yeah, and then we go down here, we've got, this is going to be, I'm going to butcher this one, Race 3, number 13, Miyazawa. Is Lens, and then as we get down, it's just Dean is going for Imperatriz all the way.
Nice.
Can we just give the best bet to Wits End? Like that. That's good spotting, eh?
Where's it? Race 10 at Randwick.
Race.
It's a bonus back race too.
Race 1.
Race 3.
Race 3.
You're getting on
hang
right
sorry,
now,
I'm
are
just
you,
loading
Dan?
up. Yeah.
I couldn't spot it
Oh,
last year.
$6.
Oh, get some. Hey, shout out to Levi who left the first comment. That'll be Levi Sherwood, who's actually one of the best freestyle motocross riders from New Zealand. Comes from Palmerston North. Be celebrating the Sires weekend. Might be at the Courtesy Ford function on the Friday night as well, doing a few jumps over the car yard. Good on you, Levi.
Legend, Levi. Good on you, mate. What was his bet?
Went on the jumps.
What was his best?
I can't remember.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, it won't let me go up above where we are. You know, it kind of like disappears over time.
Oh, no.
But I'm sure it was a goodie.
Cheers, Adam. Great stuff, mate. Somebody on Saturday at around midday, when we've hopefully already started tucking into our first beer, will be learning that they have won the $100 best bet. I really hope it's Wits End, but it is a totally random decision, isn't it? So
Yeah, completely random. I hope it's someone that actually tips a winner because, it's been a bit brutal.
yeah. Don't tell the boys on the weekend. Shit, I had a shocker, didn't I? I thought that was a tip from somebody.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
backed
oh,
it. Yeah.
It didn't go any good.
What was that bloke's name?
Les.
Yeah, Les.
Liz, yeah. I just, what I do is I just scroll through and then I stop my thumb somewhere and then that's where it goes. I think it's just the best way rather than trying to pick and choose who it is. I just scroll and pick.
Come on, mate. Careful. Sharon might be watching. She'll be
sorry,
ringing the
Shaz.
cops.
You're up next.
There needs to be police supervision. They're using their thumb to pick the winner, you know. Bloody hell.
She's back. All right. Okay. What about the rest of the weekend, lads? I know we are getting up to 8 o'clock, but is there anything else on Saturday that you guys like in New Zealand or Australia?
I'll go first quickly because I better not forget this one. Now, there's a horse at Trentham in race number 8, Tav Attack.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Taz's parents own this. They said, do not tip that on your podcast.
Why? Because they don't think it's going to win? Or
Well,
what?
they say I'll jinx it, which is probably fair. But look, I'm not going to tip it. I'm just going to say you'd be wanting to watch that race and keeping an eye on it because from what I hear or believe, there might be a bit of a whisper that it's flying at the moment.
Taz's dad's a genius too. He got us a winner in Newcastle on Friday, was it?
Yep. Tipped one at Newcastle. We also tipped one at Gore on Sunday. I think that's still running. So, yeah.
All right, didn't go
I
good.
didn't pass that one on.
All right. Tav Attack. Dan, you got a few videos that you've been looking through?
Yeah, I have, and I did find one, and this one was going to be my best bet this week, but obviously I've got to stick with the one that I've got my house on. But this one here I thought was a great bet. Navigator race 2 at Trentham.
Yes.
It went really well last start, 3 wide over the trip, 1400, went down by about a length and a half to Burn to Shine, who was just in front of it by a nose, but the winner was Financier, and then the other second place getter was Jaffe, and they're about a length ahead of it. And the good form had a little freshen up, dropping back to the 1200. And I think this horse, in a pretty good even field, I think it's paying pretty good money. I think we got about $9 or something for this.
Yep.
Yes, please. I'll have a bit of that. That was going to be my best bet, but I've got my life on something else.
That horse is 8 from 8, top 4. And top 4, you're getting $2.40.
Shit.
Just FYI. Yeah,
Okay.
I've had a little nibble too.
What race?
Race number 2, it's a bonus back race at Trentham. Good spotting there, Rackman.
Ideal. Well done, Rackman. That's bloody good stuff. Right, I thought my best bet from a couple of weeks ago, X-Rated, is running around Pukekohe Race 5 paying $8. I reckon that's a bloody good horse, so it might be worth a little crack on Saturday afternoon.
Fitzy will be on that. He was pretty X-rated with his pants on before being around in his bedroom.
You're sharp, mate. How good's that? Righto, Caulfield Race 7 as well. Antrim Coast for anyone that wants to know. I'm sure there's a few other Kiwis that we've missed as well, given we missed Wits End. But Antrim Coast looks around Caulfield Race 7. And Mr. Maestro for Andrew Forsman, Caulfield Race 8. Right, we have taken up a lot of time. It is 8 p.m. Let's get to the best bets, lads. Dan, when you read yours out, can you let the people know what your multi is as well? Because we know, your best bet is going to hopefully round out that multi. Righto. Ted, Luke's going to do the GOAT. Unfortunately, they're in the same race. So Quinella them up. It's the clash of the what? The Titans.
The Clash of the Titans.
Let's call it that. Righto. Ted's best. Trentham, race 3, Miyazawa, $4.50. Resume with an easy full-length win at Tauhara Nico over 1,600 metres and was a tragedy beaten second up when third at Taranaki over 1,800 metres. 2,100 metres with Michael McNabb up on the big, roomy Trentham track. Looks ideal for this mare. That's Ted's best bet. Trentham race 3, Miyazawa.
The GOAT's in the same race, but tipping a $7 shot. So Trentham meeting for race number 3, bonus back race as well. Cheval de Fodre. $7 is a great bet. Pretty significant rugby-related owners, including Richie Mwanga. Went for, the Crusaders could get him back, wouldn't they? Went first time over ground 3 weeks ago on Oaks Day. Sat back as its normal pattern is. Improved around the 800 and was up challenging before the turn and fought on very well. Big run first up time over ground. Second up over ground will be ready to go and has the class on this field. Goats Feta.
Any apostrophes in there?
A couple.
Yeah. Dan, Punt IQ?
Do you want to do Punt IQ, mate? Because my one's the next one.
I'll do Punt IQ. Righto, Matty. He is on Imperatriz in the TJ Smith. If that is the nudge that you need to get in behind Imperatriz, then do it. Paying $3.30 at this point. Another weight for age Group 1, and she's offering a little bit of overs on my rated price, with the market perhaps looking for chinks in her armour. Heading to a wet track and going the Sydney way. We didn't discuss that either. There's also the acceptance of I Wish I Win, which adds a new dynamic of opposition for her. She's beaten all before her this far at weight for age level, and her consistency of producing strong ratings is second to none. Expect her to be very hard to beat, and I Wish I Win to fill the Quinella with her. So 2 punts from Maddie, Punt IQ. How good is that? Maddie's been getting in behind the Kiwis over the last few weeks, which is great to see. Dan?
Yeah, mate, my best bet this week is Randwick, meeting 11, race 8, the Doncaster Mile, another will. Now, this course has drawn the car park, but I'm hoping with a bit of rain about and a heavy track, being on the outside might not be the worst place to be. I'm seeing it maybe being 2 or 3 pairs back on the outside, maybe 3 or 4 wide, cruising around the outside and putting him away. Ted tipped this horse out on the page a few weeks ago. I done a multi with one of his other odds bets on that day into Orchestra to win last week. Into this, I've got a bet on, and if this thing wins this weekend, watch out, Auckland. We could be tearing this place down to the ground. And I think another will. It won impressively last start to get into the Doncaster Mile through the Doncaster Prelude. And I think this is its weekend, and this is the time that I'm going to collect the big one.
Oh, I hope you get that home, mate. Good luck to you. We can find the punters something with the Scan Man as well. He's got a very sweet best bet here. Addington Friday, race 6, Elder Baron Candy Floss, $7 and $2.30 each way. 26,000 metres didn't suit last start, but 2,600 metres wouldn't either. Back to a shorter trip will suit on Friday, can fly the arm and put herself into a nice sweet position each way all day.
Nice, mate. Fitzy, I've learned something new tonight. The Cheviot Harness on Sunday is Addington. So there you go. He's in
Cheviot.
Cheviot, yep.
Cheviot
that's where it
Harness
is.
Racing Club.
Cheviot Harness Racing Club at Addington. Race 2, no description. Piccadilly Pete, race 2. That is Fitzy's best. That's the harness lads. Luke, mate, what do you got?
I'm going to go to Trentham in race number 1. We'll just be getting our entrees at lunch on Saturday and our first collect, attacking the bookies with the top of the book, Platinum Attack. This horse has won its last 3, looking to put 4 in a row. I know that there's a bit of a wrap on this horse. I'm hoping that we're on a good track because I think that's where we'll see the best of this horse. However, it has won on a soft track too. Jay Riddell is on. That's a big plus. It's a bonus back race. Like I say, $4.20, $1.80. That will kick my day off. Good luck if you're having a crack at Lisa Ladder's runner there, which was very well supported in its first couple of starts, but let the punters down. But then duly saluted at $7 in its first win. $4 on Saturday. I'm on.
Nice, mate. This is good. We've got a great spread for our punting on Saturday. I'm going to go Trentham as well. Race 7, Velocious. Might be the obvious one, but there are a few chinks in the armour. Perhaps has come to the end of its run. Perhaps 1,400 metres might undo it, but I'm not sure about that. I think this horse is going to be too good for them. If it was ever going to get beaten, it was going to get beaten last start where it got peaked on its run, probably a little bit too early at Ellerslie, and they still couldn't catch it. I think 1,400 metres from barrier 1 should just sit in behind them and get over the top of them late. I can't believe the TAB are giving us $3. I don't think, like you say, Luke, that's going to last. So, yeah, Velocious, race 7 on Saturday. Hopefully gets the job done and surely becomes the best 2-year-old in the country after that. So,
bring it on.
Honestly, what a massive weekend of racing. Now that Wits End's in, it makes it just all the better.
It's fired up.
I don't know why I'm so excited about that.
That's good.
Where are we going on Saturday, Luke? What are we doing?
We'll head into the Viaduct for a nice little lunch, wouldn't we? Line the stomachs and then jump in an Uber and see where the Uber takes us.
Yep.
Might take us to Alex Park, maybe to One Up Bar. Where else? Let us know in the comments. Where's a good place to have a beer and a punt in Auckland?
There should be plenty of spots. We're supposed to be live streaming this week, obviously. Dan, you're free now anyway, so
yeah. Apparently, I can do whatever I want. Yeah, but I was going to say the Thoroughbred Tavern in Takanini. That place goes right. They're rough around the edges, but you got the TVs and the punts.
It's going to be outstanding. No doubt we'll be bringing a bit of content and hopefully sending some winners. Hopefully everybody out there can find a winner out of those this weekend. I've got a good feeling about it. I think those are some good best bets. Luke, you got any final thoughts, mate?
Oh, get involved in the Punters Club for the harness crew next Friday as well. Let them have a good crack at it and just, a way to be involved in the night. Remember, it's a Friday night, so it's not a Saturday, so don't fall into the trap of I'll wait till bloody Saturday to chuck some money in. It's an early start as well. So, once they close it, it's closed. So make sure you're in by 4 p.m. on Friday. I'm looking forward to getting down there as well. Looking forward to going to the barrier draw on Monday, learning a little bit more about the race by Grins. Hopefully we see Anton Leonard Brown, the Beaver, maybe even D-Mac. And hopefully the Warriors get another victory this Saturday at 5 p.m. And then we can go with a heap of energy there next Saturday as well. Really finish this season that we've been involved in with racing, having so much positivity strongly from our end too. And then, come back all guns blazing again later in the year.
Absolutely, mate. Good luck finding some beaver on Monday. Dan, how's the bladder, mate?
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm ready to go to the bathroom. So let's shut this thing down. If you're going to come to the Race by Grins, grab some tickets. I think there was only 8 left at the start of the podcast at the normal price because we added a few more on. But after that, we are going to increase the price, and then there will only be a few left after that. Once they're gone, they're gone. So if you want a ticket and you want to come along, get involved. We're going to be going to the House on Hood after that. Let's go.
Absolutely, mate. Adam, thanks as always for your help. Good on you, Fitzy, for joining us tonight. Thank you very much to everybody that has been a part of it tonight. Good luck if you're having a crack on the weekend. Win plenty. Enjoy the racing. We'll see you back here next Thursday night.
Game, set, and match. Shut the gate. They're going to do it again. The Kanaka Million goes with and stays with. In front, Delzeo. Long run, but here's the cause now. He's coming. He's going to get there.